on Royal Diamond, Giorgio Trabaldo!
I'm vanilla, baby.
Come on, make some noise, guys! Come on! Wow! Let me take a picture with you, Kostas, because this is memorable, I tell you.
Yes, I know it.
Guys, you should make more noise, especially if you're in the back, because the people in the front are the people who make the most money. So you should be clapping, because you should have the energy to be here one day. So I see people in Greece, they told me, people in Greece, they're kind, they're energized. And then I come here and you see people like, where's the energy, folks? Are you excited or what? Look. They're not excited, huh? All right. Sit down. It's okay. Is anyone here does anyone here want to make more money? Okay, is anyone here who never raises the hand? Oh, honesty, thank you. Is anyone here looking for a better life? Are you everyone here is happy of the life they have and you can travel whenever you want? You wake up on Monday morning and you're like, yes, I'm excited for this Monday morning. And so I'm stunned because when I come to these events, sometimes I move back. Sometimes I look at people. If they take notes, if they don't take notes. I'm so curious, you know? Because when I look at people, I imagine their bank account. I imagine their Monday morning. I imagine their Sunday evening. I imagine what they do on Saturday night, which is tonight. I'm thinking of how much money they spent yesterday. It's Black Friday, I think. Yesterday I went in the city center. It was full of people. Full. I walked close to Zara. I looked inside. They were running. Get this, let me get that, let me get this, let me get that, let me try this on. And then I think, wow, I'm proud of these people who are here. Because you guys, you spent some money on yourself. You know how many people yesterday spent 75 euros in Zara, in H&M, in, I don't know, whatever shop? Do you know how many people tonight are gonna spend 75 euros in a club? So, I'm proud of you, because most people don't spend money on themselves. Here, I mean, they spend money on clothes, they spend money on the phone, they spend money to impress other people. Today, I give you a round of applause because you're spending money on yourself. And it is very rare. So, if you're someone who don't have the money today, you're someone poor. Can we say poor altogether? Poor. Can we say rich altogether? Rich. Is it bad to be rich? Some people say, yes, it's bad. Why? Is it bad to be poor? Actually, no one is bad or good. Money is just money. I'm 100% certain that if I give 5,000 euros to some of you are gonna do amazing things. Some of you are gonna take the money, give it to your mom. Some of you are gonna, go to dinner with your friends. So let's stop idolizing money and let's start seeing money as a tool. That's it. You should want to make more money, guys. Especially if you're at the back and you spent your last $75 euros to come here. You should be proud of yourself and you should be really with your ears opened. How many of you understand English? Just so I know. So if I speak like this, everyone understands? Yeah? Translation is working as well with the thing? Okay, good, thank you. So first of all, I'm proud of yourself. And second of all, I'm proud of the people who are speaking on stage. Because guys, these people are fighting for a better life. Yeah! These people are fighting for a better life. I know some of you guys, you're still sleepy because yesterday night you drank too much. You see, someone with sunglasses, I'm like, bro, I'm still drunk. But for those who are awake here and who are looking for an opportunity, this is an opportunity. Matter of fact, this is my first slide. Is anyone looking for an opportunity? You know how I spot someone who is looking for an opportunity? Do you know how I spot it? Because he comes to an event like this, maybe he's sitting at the back roads, is there, no money. He spent everything he had. He came here. He had to take a bus to come here this morning, and he's like this. He's silent, and he's listening. He's like, this sentence is good. Oh, I like this person. This hurts my ears. Let me write this down because I need to check this. You see someone who is looking for an opportunity by the gratefulness they have. Let me say that once again. If someone is looking for an opportunity because he acknowledges that his life can be better, this person is very grateful. Poor people think that money is the problem in their life. In fact, they think, just give me money and I will not be complaining anymore. Money is the root of all evil for poor people. Poor people say that rich people, when they have money, they become arrogant, that money changes people. Poor people say anything negative about money. That's why they don't have money. But poor has nothing to do with the money. Rich has nothing to do with the money. It's everything to do with your mind. I was poor one day, guys. I come from a very normal family. My mom is in a small company. My dad is an employee. I have one brother, one sister. I come from a very normal background, like many of you. So why am I here today? Because I was grateful of the things I had, and I was looking for an opportunity. You should ask yourself really, guys, because after this event, maybe me and you, we're never going to meet each other again. So I have 1 hour to spend with you, and I want to make sure to pound as strong as I can. Because maybe my words have a lot of weight, and then can change someone's life like it happened to me. So I'm very careful of my words. Because some of you here, it's angry for his life, but yet is not looking for an opportunity. Some of you hate your job, but yet you're not looking for an opportunity. Some of you are, you hate your life, but yet you're not reading new books. You're not going around with different people. Why? So you need to make your mind clear. Am I looking for an opportunity? If I keep doing what I'm doing for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, is life going to be better? Let me say once again, poverty has nothing to do with money. That's what they tell you on the television. You see poor people, they make 1,000 in Greece because of blah, 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 blah. And you think, yeah, true, it's the money problem. No. Money problems are solved with information, not with money. If you give a poor person a lot of money, after 3 to 4 years, he's going to be poor again. Statistics, you just look at who wins the lotto, the lottery. There is a saying that says, if you take all the money in the world and you divide it for everyone that exists on this planet, after 5 years, the money are going back to the same hands. Why? Because money has nothing to do with money. Money has to do with intelligence, emotional intelligence, sales skills, competence, mindset, psychology, human behaviors, human capital, human beings. This is money. I can lose all my money, I can still be rich because I can build it again. And that's why successful people, they're very confident of what they have, not because of the money they have. Matter of fact, you don't know how much money I have, right? How much money do I have? You don't know. I could have lost everything yesterday. Do you know it? No. But you think I have money. Why? Because of the confidence, because of the way I talk. So I want you to realize that until you guys here decide to change something in your life, nothing is going to change. So until you guys change yourself, nothing is going to change in your life. So you're going to see an opportunity today, especially if you're someone who has a reputation, is a business owner already, has done businesses, amazing. You're going to scale this business very fast. But let's say you're someone who doesn't have the money and maybe no prior experience in business and you don't know anything about business. Is this for you? 1,000%. You should be excited. You should be excited. You should be listening. You should be shaking these people's hands. You should be like, hey, tell me something more. You should be looking for an opportunity. People who look for an opportunity, you see in their eyes. These people have the eyes that blink like mine, you see? My eyes are blinking. You see? I'm like, where's the next diamond here? Where's the next person who is hungry like I was 9 years ago? Is there anyone hungry here to change his life? You see, like Greek people eat too much souvlaki, huh? Too much souvlaki, guys. Let me tell you a story, and then we go to the technical part. I'm gonna bring you some data today. Today and tomorrow, I'm gonna bring a lot of data because I want you to think rationally as well. Because poor people are like, I am a very rational person. Before I decide to join something, I will want to look at all the data, and then you're like, bro, can you look at your own data first? How much money you have in your bank account? Look at your own data before. So they think they're rational, but poor people are very emotional. That's why they're poor. Because if they were rational, they will make a lot of money. How the heck is it possible that a rational person wants to stay poor? You're rational? Really? Are you rich? No, why? Convince me. Convince me why you should stay poor and your family should be poor and your kids should go to ugly schools and you should drive a freaking Honda and not a good Mercedes. I'm not talking about an AMG, just a good A-class, a C-class. I'm like, you're so rational, buddy. Just tell me that why you're poor then. You see, it doesn't make sense, but it's okay. Poor people are very incongruent. They say one thing, they do the opposite. They say, one day I want to drive a Porsche. And then next minute, they're on social media. You're like, poor people, they're so interesting. That's why the world is interesting. Don't you see that the world is interesting? Look at how many things happen. Wars and this and that. And you're like, why people act like this? Because poor people are interesting. A majority of people are poor or rich. They're poor. Why? Because they don't know the games. They don't know the rule of the game. If you know the rule of the game, I guarantee you, you want to make more money. Why? Because it's funny. Being poor, it's not so funny, I tell you. Isn't it? It's so beautiful to say, you know what? Tonight I cannot go to dinner, but yeah, I'm excited. You know what? This vacation, let's book the worst hotel with the breakfast included. That's so funny. Okay? So I really want to share with you a little bit of energy, okay? Because I would love that you make more money in your life. Because once you understand that making more money means helping more people, bringing to the marketplace a value or a service of value for people, something that's helpful for people. What if making more money is becoming a better human being? What if making more money means knowing how to shake more hands and be more friendly to other people? What if more money is just meaning you have to elevate yourself? Then everyone would want to make more money. So check your mindset about money, okay? But let me tell you a story. Tonight you're gonna go out with your friends, okay? And you're gonna go eat some souvlaki, some Freddo Macchiato, because you drink Freddo Macchiato anytime, okay? Anyways, whatever. And then you tell them a joke, okay? You tell them a joke. Hey, ba 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 ba, and they laugh. All your friends, ha ha ha, this is funny, that's so cool. And then they finish laughing, and you tell the joke again, the same one. Your friends still laugh, like, ha ha, yeah, I mean, I know, it's funny. Then they finish laughing, and you tell the joke another time, the same one. The third time, they don't laugh so much. They're like, Joe, you good? So everything is fine? And you're like, of course, why? And your friends tell you, you just told the same joke 3 times in a row. It's not funny anymore. And you say, that's true. But then let me ask you a question, my good friend. Why, if you don't laugh for the same joke 3 times in a row, you cry for the same problems for all your life long? This is you, huh? This is the people who don't clap. They don't clap when they say, yeah, I'm poor because the government is the... Bro, you've been complaining for the same shit over and over and over in the last 27 years. When are you going to wake up? If you don't change, nothing is going to change. You gotta take responsibility. Stop the victim role, okay? So why do I tell you this? Because we need to understand this. Where are we going and where we are? Do you know what you do on Google Maps when you open it? Open Google Maps 1 second. You have it open? So what does Google Maps do? As soon as you open, what is the first thing it does? I heard it correctly. It tells you where you are. It tells you, oh, you're in Grand Hyatt in a road with a strange name. I cannot read this, okay? Libon. I learned Libon, Ara, Pame, and all the bad words, but those I'm not gonna say, okay? Anyways, first thing it does, it says, hey, here you are. Look, you are in this place. So that's what I'm saying, like, we need to understand where we are. How we think about money, how we think about ourselves, how we complain about money. We don't change anything. That's why I tell you all the things I just told you, okay? The second thing, we need to say, where do we wanna go? You see, this is stupid, correct? No one drives a car, goes in the car and says, you know what, I'm just gonna drive. Where? I don't know. I'm just gonna drive. Only when you're drunk you do like that. But usually people are not drunk. So you have to press, okay, geolocalize myself. Second thing, where am I going? So I want that you take some time tonight. We're not gonna have time today, but write this, take a picture of this. You can even go on ChatGPT and ask for more detailed questions, because I really want you to geolocalize yourself. How is it possible that people who are 40 years old, 50, 60, 70, even 35, 27, have less money than years before? Some people at 40 years old have less money than they were 27. Do you think this is rational? Usually, if you grow, it's because you have more experience, more skills, more knowledge. You failed enough, so you learn. So when you're 45, you should have more money than when you are 27. Correct? So why the heck majority of 56 years old people, they don't have so much money? They don't have more money than they were 35. Why? Because it means that people don't have a goal. They don't know what they're aiming to. So this says how much money is you sitting in your checking account. Do you have debt? If you have mortgages, loans, credit cards, how much they are charging you? What is the interest rate? Mortgage at 3% fixed or whatever, okay? Do you have an emergency fund? 3-6 months saved? Especially those of you who have a family. If you don't fix your financial life, you're gonna ruin your family life. I know for statistics that here some people have suffered a lot with money. You suffered a lot because statistically, most people are not good with money. Why? Because they never study money. They never talk to people who know how to make money. So statistically, people are poor not because they lack money, but because they lack information. When is gonna come the day, guys, where you're gonna take a freaking decision to change your financial situation? When? Babbo Natale has to come? How is it called here? Noel? Christmas Day? Your yaya has to come? Give you more money? You're a good nephew, I'm gonna give you my house. When? When is it gonna happen? You need to geolocalize yourself. Where am I? Where am I? How much I have invested? Okay, real estate, stocks, cryptocurrency, gold, or other, which means yourself. Do you have a budget on how much money you want to invest in yourself? A budget, because everyone says, yeah, I'm investing in myself. How much? What do you mean how much? I mean, when you go to the club, you know how much you can spend. When you go to dinner with your family, you know how much you can spend. When you plan to have a baby, you know because you made some calculations sometimes. Sometimes it just happens. Okay? So why don't you make calculations about how much money you invest in you? People who don't invest, I was sending videos to some Greek people these days. I'm like, come to the convention, but I don't have the money. I'm like, that's why you should come to the convention, because you're poor. And if you don't change this in your mind, then when is gonna kick in the different cycle? Because imagine, you're poor, you don't have the money because you don't have the information. But you don't spend the money to get new information, to meet new people. So you're gonna stay what? Poor again. When this is gonna end? When at one point, someone is gonna come in, bang, and kick you heavy. And that moment, tak, you break the cycle. And you're like, okay, let me read the book. I don't like reading. Do you prefer being poor? No, okay, then read. I don't even like reading. But I understood that if I want to change my life, I need to change my mind. Guys, for some of you, this is stupid. But if this is stupid, then why you're not rich? Some of you say, I don't think it works like this. Can you show me your bank account? I can show you mine. Can you show me how much money you made in the last 6 months? I can show you mine. No problem. So be careful of who you listen to when it comes to money. Be very careful, because everyone talks about money. But very few people make. Very few people make. So you really want to be careful of who you listen to. Because lots of people love you, but very few people have understood how to make money. Okay? And if you want to make money, it's not so hard. You need to go to those who understood how to make money. Okay? And so, understand where you are. How much money you have, how much money you have invested, how much knowledge do you have? Because people think, I don't like investing. I don't even like brushing my teeth, guys. But I brush my teeth. You understand? I don't like cleaning my shoes, but I clean my shoes sometimes. So you don't like investing, it's okay. You like going to work? No, why do you go? For those of you who don't like your job, why do you go to work? Because they pay you. So it's okay you don't like this. This is going to make you money. Learn it. You dedicate 8 hours a day to your job you don't like. Can you dedicate 2 hours a day to something useful? To develop yourself? Isn't this rational enough? On a scale to 1 to 10, how prepared are you to managing your money? If you stopped working today, how many months or years could you maintain your lifestyle? Most Greek people, like Italians, like everywhere in the world, they live paycheck to paycheck. If they leave you at home, you have an issue. If they don't renew your job contract, okay? So this is an easy table that explains how everyone can understand how long is it going to take for you to become financially free. Now, listen carefully. Becoming financially free and independent, rich, whatever you want to say, it's not a motivational only thing. Of course, it takes motivation because, hey, you need to break free from a kind of a system. So it's like you are underwater. Imagine you are underwater. Someone is having your ankle, is pulling you down, and you need to go and breathe. This is the dynamic of someone who has a normal job, has a lot of dreams, and wants to break free. So if someone says, it is hard, it is hard. Is your job hard? Yes. And why you go? Because they pay you, correct? Beautiful. So stop looking for easy things. Start looking for worthy things. Things that have a meaning. Why all people, guys, are paycheck to paycheck and they are not free and they're not happy and they're not fulfilled? Why? Is everyone stupid? Do you think everyone is stupid? Because sometimes I walk around yesterday in Zara and I was like, why is everyone so stupid? And I'm like, no, they're not stupid. They just don't know that there is an alternative. So I want you to be mathematically looking at this table. So this is the compound effect. You can just Google it on ChatGPT, super easy. So the first thing is initial investment. Because I want you to plan that in X amount of years, you're going to be free. And you're going to work because you like it, not because you have to. Can this be a good, ideal goal? Yes? Because I don't wish anyone to stop working unless you want. I wish everyone to keep working, but without the need of money. Okay? Because it's beautiful to work, especially if you do something beautiful, okay? So we have to have a plan. The beginning says the initial investment. So how much money do you have right now to invest in something, okay? Then periodic contribution, it's how much money are you going to put, for example, every single month. In this case, it's monthly, okay? Then the other parameter is the annual return rate. So how much money my money is making on a yearly basis. Do you follow me? Say yes. Yes? Also down there, you follow me, ladies? Yes? Okay, thank you. Also there, you understand? Yes, clear, okay. So how much money do I have? How much money I can add every single month? How much money my money is making on a yearly base? Okay? And let's say I want to be free in 10 years. This table also calculates the tax rate. So how much taxes do you have to pay? Okay? And then also adds the inflation rate. So what is the inflation rate? Okay? I want you to go tonight and do these numbers. Let's say that you want to have in 10 years 500,000. Is it possible? Absolutely it's possible. It's just numbers. So I want you to focus on two things. The first one is the annual return rate. So how much money your money is making on a yearly base. Mario showed you that there is a tool, financial tool called the S&P 500, which is the stupidest tool on earth. It's just easy. You can, 5 clicks, you can buy it today. And on average, it has made 10% a year. And this is the tool that everyone knows in the world. Everyone. It's like I don't know, everyone who knows about investing knows the S&P. Because it's where everyone puts the money and they don't think about it. Okay? So without thinking about it, you would have made in the last 30 years 10% a year. Okay? So this is something that you can work on. Why? Because if you, without thinking, would have made 10% a year without thinking, without knowing anything, what if you know something? What if you start to know how to maybe buy the dip when the market crashes? What if you know something about Bitcoin and you would have bought it in 2020, 2021? Even last year, if you would have bought it last year, you would have made like 70%. Why you didn't buy? Are you buying Bitcoin now? Most of you are not. I'm like, why? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you should. I'm just saying, why? Let me pick your brain. What do you think? I'm curious. Convince me why you're not buying Bitcoin, but you're buying clothes from Zara. I'm curious. And I would really listen to you. I'm like, that's interesting. So can you work on how much money your money is making on a yearly basis? A lot. Okay? What is the second thing you can work on in this table? One is how much money my money is making. And two, how much money I have. But can you really work on that? You add, okay. Because how much money you have, that's the money you have. But how much money you add, that's something you can work on. So we should all ask ourselves one question. Can we make more money? Can we make more money? Because I want you to go and run this calculation, okay? And see how much money you will have if only you start with 1,000, Dad, okay? If you add 20% a year, not 200% a year, I'm talking about 20% a year, or maybe 25% a year, or 15% a year. Go now, look for Boomba. Compound effect calculator and run these numbers. Because you will be shocked on the numbers that come out. And there are two things you can work on, how much money your money is making, which comes down to your knowledge. And the second thing is how much money you add. Okay? You will see that with the money you make right now and with the knowledge you have, you will never be free. Never. Never. Unless you are just lucky, which is not a good strategy, you will never be free. I'm okay with that. I'm not saying you should be free. I'm just telling you, you have to run your numbers. Till that point, you're just in la la land. La la la, the government is gonna take care of me. Then in Greece, what? And that's how you like. And you look at people, why you do what you do? I don't know. I just feel I don't have another option to spend my money on Zara. Like, so what do you do in your job? Do you like your job? No, I just do real estate because I don't know anything else to do. Like, okay, why do you don't look for anything else? That's a very good question. I never thought of it. It's so funny. I love people. That's why I'm here, guys, because I love you. Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay. Good. So we need an opportunity, correct? We need something we can make money with. Okay. So the world is throwing at you an opportunity. I know most people are unaware and they are illogical, even they think they're logical. I know most people are blind and they cannot hear. Okay, but now you're here, you spend 75 euros. I'm gonna give you the information, okay? I want you to look at the world, okay? In the last 250 years or how much, okay? So there are cycles in the economy, as we all know, in the recent years, but there are bigger cycles in the humanity. So the world has thrown at us the first industrial revolution. This was around 1750, okay? And this is the revolution that changed a lot of things, okay? Carbon, the textile. So a lot of people made a lot of money there. But the people who made the most money are those who already had the money, because they were noble people, you know, in Europe, imagine people who could build the infrastructure, the factories, and there were a lot of people who didn't know how to read or write. So these people were just workers, and they were underpaid. They were they were not taken care of. They were just exploited. Okay. Then the second industrial revolution came. This was before World War I. And look how industrial revolutions that bring changes in technology, that bring changes in the way people work, bring changes in the tools that people have, also bring changes in the way people think. Stick with me. In this industrial revolution, what kind of other revolutions happened? From 1750 to more or less 1850. What other revolutions happened here? History, no good. School Greek, no good. History. So what other revolution happened in 1789? 1789. The French Revolution, guys. The French Revolution happened. So imagine how the Ancien Regime, you know, the old system, boom, the kings were thrown off. There were first republics. The old system destroyed, you know. Then what happened here right before First World War, Second World War, the second industrial revolution? And so electricity, Paris has light during the night. The first, they were called the city with lights, the Lumière Cité. Electricity, steel, railways. So America built the railways. You know all the railways in America? Boom, they were built there. Steel, weapons. So if you really go on ChatGPT and say, hey, can you please tell me all the changes that happened in this period, and then this period, and this, you will see that money, industrial, is going hand in hand with how people change their thinkings, okay? For example, you know, all the things about religion gets disrupted here. You know, with the French Revolution, people start saying, hey, we don't want that religion comes with government. I mean, a lot of things change. And then the third industrial revolution. We all went through the third industrial revolution with this, okay? We were all alive. My question to you is, did you make money of it? Not because the goal of life is to make money, guys, but rightfully because the goal of life is not to make only money, then why don't you make enough so you can go and do the important things? Let me say once again. Money is not the most important thing in life, correct? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So why don't you make enough money so you can stop thinking about the money? If it's not so important, then why do you work 10 hours a day for the money? You know, money is not so important. Would you spend 8 hours a day doing something that's not so important? I think you're a little bit strange if you do. Like, what do you mean? You say it's not so important? Why do you go to work every day if you don't even like it? Okay? So I want you to look at what the past has to offer. Computers, internet. And things move from the physical device to the softwares inside first. So the first company was IBM, hardware. Apple, what built first? Hardware. Then, what is the way they really made money? Softwares inside. Look at Google. Look at iCloud. So the shift is always there. Before it's built the technology, the tech, the infrastructure, the mechanical things, then it's built the things inside. Look at the top 10 companies in the world. Are they tech companies or industrial companies? Tech companies. Do you think this is going to end? It's not going to end. It's just the beginning. Why? Because the things that were built here are not ended. We still use the technology that was built here. Of course, it's innovating, but we still use it. So why do I tell you all this, guys? Because most of you are not realizing that we are already entering the fourth industrial revolution. It's already happening. So imagine most people, they just walk around, they live their life, and they're like, oh, if I only had an opportunity to change my life. Oh, no one is going to give me anything. The government is shit. And they're like, do you have a phone? Yes. Do you know about AI? Yes. Do you know about blockchain, Bitcoin stuff? Yes. Do you know about it? Yes. Do you know about it? Yes. And so what else do you need? To position yourself at the beginning. The next 5 to 10 years, we're entering the fourth, which includes blockchain, AI, robotics, biotechnology. It's already happening. I was showing the guys that I invested $100,000 in OpenAI, like 12 months ago, $100,000 in OpenAI through my private bank. So there is no stock for OpenAI. You cannot buy stock. And I showed the guys yesterday that from the private bank I invest in, I made in 12 months, a little bit less, 3.77 as a multiplier. So I made 377 from 100 in 12 months. So I just tell you this not to say, oh, look how cool I am. I don't care. I want you to make money. My money is my money. Some people are like, yeah, good job. Hey, it's my money. I'm not going to give it to you. So you should clap for yourself. Do you have money invested in the companies that are building the AI? Who is building Gemini? You know what Gemini is? Gemini? Yeah? Who is building Gemini? Okay, Alphabet, yes. Who is building, what are other AIs running around? What are other names? Grok? Deep Sage, of course, SageMaster, Perplexity. There's so many. There is so many, guys. There's so many AIs. So what people think is the AI has nothing to do with AI. People think AI is ChatGPT. Look at what is Gecko Robotics. Look at what these people who are building the future say about technology. So the reason I'm telling you this, guys, is just to tell you that you have a beautiful opportunity in front of you, which is the fourth industrial revolution. You will be here in 20 years, I wish for you, and you will remember this speech where I said, don't lose this chance. You have to do something that involves these topics, because this is going to be the future. It's like understanding of internet, where internet in the early 2000s. You are here in this moment, okay? So don't lose the chance to make money of these things, okay? So we have our mission. We are on a mission here, of course, because we have a purpose, and it's to help the next person to understand these things and make money of these things, not just for the sake of making money, but to do something bigger with it, okay? So what is the solution? We have a company, which is B. You've heard it before. And this company is a technology-driven company. So what the company does is say, hey, majority of people will never get access to AI to make money. It's just impossible. Why? Because they don't know how to do, they don't have the tools. It's just not going to happen, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the solution. So we have tools, we have education, we have people, we have a company that does this. So can people just plug in, use the technology, okay? But on top of this, in the solution, there is the community. So here in Greece, we're just getting by. You're getting started. Okay, you see. I usually do events for like 1,000 people to 10,000 people, okay? You see on my social media, I do a lot of them. Why? Because when you talk to people about this, everyone says, yeah, it's true. I should have bought Bitcoin. Yeah, I know about Bitcoin. Everyone says yes. So you see there is a gap in the marketplace. You see? Everyone knows, but no one is doing. This is a gap. This is where entrepreneurs make money. Okay? But to make money, you don't need to become a genius. Because some of you want to build a new startup. Like, I need to build a startup to become an entrepreneur. No, you don't need to. Just need to use something that's already working and connected to the marketplace. Marketplace has a need. They have a need. They want more freedom. They don't know how. They want an opportunity. They don't know where to find. They want good people to listen to. They don't know where to find them. They want to make money off social media. They want to be more free. How? Everyone's like, I want to make like that influencer on Mykonos, but how? I don't know. They're like, I need to become an influencer. I'm not good with this phone thing. Do you know someone who would love to understand about these topics? I don't know if you know who Trump is. Do you know Trump? Donald Trump? Yeah? So I don't know if you went on YouTube recently and looked for the Genius Act. Okay? So Genius Act, it's a law, basically, that Trump signed a few months ago. Okay? This year, in 2025, he signed 4 laws, 4 acts on crypto. 4. One is called the Bitcoin Act. Imagine you're president. What is the name of your president? In Greece? Sotakis? Okay, too complicated. It's bad. Yeah, but imagine that this guy goes on television tomorrow and tells everyone, guys, to fix the public debt, we're going to do a law on Bitcoin, we're going to buy Bitcoin. Crazy, eh? Now, imagine if this happened. This has already happened in North America. Trump, you can find it on YouTube, went on in front of everyone, said, yeah, we're going to sign this. So when you go and watch these videos, you're like, oh my goodness. So this is not just Giorgio trying to tell me something. This is already happening, okay? Have you seen that Europe wants to build this cryptocurrency, the stable coin, euro, the digital euro? I think I'm talking too complicated, huh? But go look for these things. Digital euro, what is? Once you see everything happening, you're going to be shocked. Because you're going to understand, okay, now it's the time. Now it's the time to learn about this, okay? So what is the key to make money in this industry and to shift your life? It's to understand how it works. So I brought you some data here. Maybe Odia remind me, I will send you so you can send everyone the link, okay? There's going to be more data than this. But this is the data of the European Direct Selling Association, okay? Official from Europe. That shows you some interesting things. This table tells you the education of people who work in this field, okay? Because maybe some of you are like, this is for people who are ignorant. Oh, really? Let's see. More than 19, 20, 41% have a degree, okay? So they went to university and they graduated, or above. Master or equivalent, some people even have PhD. 41% of people who join this business in Europe are people who are highly studied. Then there is 44% who went to high school, okay? So people who, let's say, don't have so much education, it's only 12%. Now let's look at this number. People who do this business, majority of them, like from here to here, so it's 86%, 86%, they are above 35 years old. Above 35 years old in Europe. So if you're like, this business is for young people, oh really? Numbers show very differently. You know why most people who do this business are older? Because they know how hard it is, the work that they do, the job that they do. They know. And when they are presented with something where they can make the same amount of money working from home, they're like, what do you mean? When you show them that they can make double the amount of money they make, just learning new things, and they're like, sorry? No, this is, if you show me it's real, I'm just gonna pay. Get my card, let me in. So look at numbers, because numbers speak a lot. Look how many female, 85% it's women who do this business. So for the women's here, be very excited, okay? Now, Again, some other data. This industry moves a total of 250 billions a year. So if you're like, maybe this is just a small thing. No, this is a huge, okay, industry. And every year pays a lot of like 46 billions in commissions, okay? And the third thing you want to follow is network marketing experts. So people who know what they do, okay? Because you know what I would do if I was you? I really would go close to people that know how to do this business. And I would be like, look, I know you're busy, but I'm very hungry. I want to make a lot of money. I want to change my life. I want to be more free. I want to work from home. I have 10,000 followers. I want to make money. I want to change. Okay, if you help me, I swear I'm going to work. You just tell me what to do. We love people like this, huh? You know why? Because we can teach them. And this business is all about teaching and building people. When people grow and they learn how to do, we make passive income. So this business is like real estate, but with a square, like doubled. Why? Because in real estate, if you're a normal agent, you make money when you sell a home. Boom, commission, boom, commission, boom, commission. You don't only have boom commission, but you also have indirect commission. When other people sell a house, you get a little piece of their commission. Okay? So ask yourself when you go to lunch today, are people in Greece in need of financial education? When you go to the restaurant, ask the waiter, Malaka, one question. Do you own Bitcoin? Do you have a little bit of Bitcoin? He's like, no, I don't. But do you know about Bitcoin? He's like, yeah, Bitcoin, of course. But why don't you have it? And he will say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe so much, I guess. Boom. You tell him, give me your phone number. What do you do tomorrow? Nothing. Come to the event. Maybe this waiter has been waiting, has been waiting for 34 years before sitting in an event like this where someone tells him there is an opportunity. Yes. Think of it. Think of it. Think how precious is life. You think he's gonna judge you. I think he needs an opportunity. That's the difference between why I'm here and you're still there. You think he's gonna judge me. I think I'm gonna judge him. You will see Bitcoin going to 1 million, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice. Maybe it can go to 0. But in my opinion, you will see going to 1 million very quick. I think in the next 5 to 7 to 10 years, max is gonna go to 1 million. Maybe even to 2, maybe even to 3. Tomorrow we'll talk about Bitcoin a little bit. When it will go to 1 million, just remember that you were here one day. And I told you. Okay? Most people say it's too late to buy Bitcoin. People say it's too late to change my life. It's too late to start reading. It's always too late. Remember, poor people have a problem for every solution. Okay? So, to close up, I want to tell you a couple more things. Do you want to hear them? Yes or yes? Yes? Are you tired, guys? You want to eat souvlaki already? No. Come on, okay? So, what makes someone fail in this business? There is 2 ways people fail. The first one is they are not doing it. So they join, but they don't do it. Some people are funny. I told you. Some people join, and then, I'm busy. Okay? So don't do it, please. If you join right. We don't need more people. We have whole Greece, whole Balkans, whole Cyprus, whole the world. We don't need people who pay and they don't do anything. Don't join. Don't do charity, okay? We don't need your money. If you join, do it. Do it right. If you want to do it part-time, if you want to do it full-time, do what you want to do it, okay? They don't, and the second thing, the reason people fail is because they don't know how to do it. So they join, they're excited, and then they don't know how to do it, okay? So of course we teach people how to do it. But you need to be very careful of this thing, which is the cognitive dissonance. I tell you what this is in psychology. It's people who say, I want to change my life. I deserve a better future for my family. Okay. And then you tell them, this is an opportunity. Join. And they're like, I don't know if it's for me. Or they say, I want to work from my phone, traveling the world, going to Lululemon, buying my things, doing yoga in the morning. I want to have more time. Okay, beautiful. There's an opportunity. Join. Like, but what if I fail? This is called the cognitive dissonance, and it's the perfect way to turn goals into nightmares. Why? Because you have big goals. You want to work from home. You want to travel the world. You want to be that woman, that man. You want to be that entrepreneur. But then you don't take the action. And so these dreams, they turn into nightmares because you want them so much, but you don't do anything to achieve them. And so they keep haunting you. One day we're all gonna die. Hopefully. I'm happy about that, you know? Because why? Why? Because if I had unlimited time, I wouldn't push so much. It's good to have limited time. The only thing I don't want to tell my kids is I should have done that. I don't want to have regrets in my life. Some people are like, what if I fail? If you fail, you're always going to find another shitty job. Don't worry. Let me say once again, because some of you has a job you don't like, correct? It's normal. Everyone has a job they don't like. Majority of people, I say. Don't worry if you fail. You're going to go back to the job, previous job. Like, are you scared of not finding another job like you have today? Really? So you don't consider yourself smart enough? What do you think about yourself? I would love to have a conversation with you. Do you think you're worth a better future? Do you think you want a better life? Do you think you deserve something better than that? Your family, your mom, your dad, your kids. So if that's the case, guys, I tell you from the bottom of my heart, change something in your life. I'm not saying it's easy. Did I say it's easy, this business? Did I say, yeah, just join, click a couple buttons, you're going to make money? I told you this. I don't think so. Because we build with integrity. We really build this business in the right way. We give people the correct expectations. We don't want people to join because they think it's easy. No, don't join. If you think it's easy, stay in your job till that one becomes so hard that you're going to call me back. I'm here. I don't go anywhere. Don't worry. You will find me building this business for the next 10 years, 15, 20. You just call me back. We don't need people, you understand? But yes, we want to help people. You see me here. If you go on my social media, you see me all over the world. I was in Philippines 2 days ago doing an event. I went to India even, to 2,000 people. It's on my YouTube, you see. So I love people. I want to help people, okay? So my job is hard because I need to tell the truth, but in a kind way. Because then people get offended, right? Who are you to tell me I should change my life? Sorry. Okay? Let me tell you a story and then I get off stage. So Costas, get ready, okay? Where are you? So the story tells this. There was a boss, and this boss wants to open a new market for his shoes shop. Okay? He has a shop of shoes, and he wants to open a new market. So he calls his best person and says, hey, Marios, I want to open a new market. Get on the plane, fly there. I already shipped all the shoes. Just go there. Let's go. And then the best salesperson says, yes, I'm with you, boss. Let's go open a new country. He packs the luggage. He goes on the plane. He flies. He's dreaming of building this new business, more money, happiness. Okay. He lands, gets off the plane, walks in the airport, and he starts seeing crazy things. Like people in the airport, they don't wear shoes. Then he goes on the taxi, and the taxi driver is driving with no shoes. He says, it's dangerous. Why don't you have shoes? Then he goes to the hotel, And in the other, everyone has no shoes. He's a little bit surprised. Actually, it's shocked. He gets the phone, like, no, this is a problem, this is a problem. Boss, I have a problem. And the boss says, what problem? You sent me to a place to sell shoes. No one has shoes. I cannot be in this business here. And the boss says, oh, you're right. I took you the wrong flight. I'm sorry. Come back, get the next flight. Then the boss calls another employee, another salesperson, that is the one who is hungry. And he only sees opportunities. And he says, go to the place. He's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. It's okay, it's fine. Flies, he lands. He comes off the airplane. He's like, I have shoes. Then he goes in the taxi, and the taxi doesn't have shoes. He goes to a hotel, and he doesn't know one with the shoes. He's like, no, this is not possible. He calls the boss, and he says, boss, but what did you do? And the boss says, what do you mean? Like, I'm so grateful. I'm excited. I'm gonna make so much money because you sent me to a place where no one has shoes. So how can I give back to you because I'm gonna make so much? So ask yourself, guys, today. Ask yourself, when you walk out here and you see people without shoes, what are you thinking? It's like, but people are skeptical. Welcome. Now people are skeptical about having a phone? People are skeptical about having a phone today? If people told you, I will video call you, you're skeptical, what is this video call thing? It's new? What if people tell you, I will send you a link, watch a video, you're skeptical about watching a video link? If people say, this guy is an influencer, he makes money off YouTube, are you skeptical about YouTube? But people were skeptical 20 years ago about YouTube? Oh, hell yes. So that's what I said at the beginning. When you change yourself, the world opens. When you stop looking at the world like everyone looks at, change your eyes, change your spirit, change your heart, change your mind. When you change, you will see that the world is there for you. This world is full of opportunities. You're in a perfect moment, in a perfect time, in a perfect company, but this is not enough. You need to ask yourself, are you the perfect person? Thank you guys. Love you so much.